Howdy, howdy. This is Blue Otter. Today we're playing Food Processing Simulator. So I had just had a video ready to release, and then I saw that there was an update. So I figured because it was only like a few hours in, and I would just start over and showcase what new items there are. So first off, there is a much larger warehouse. Which honestly feels like it should have been an expansion. So you can have that. The cold storage, there is an expansion. You've also got these that you can go F and you can pick which one you want. And I believe there's an expansion for this one. But we're going to go through, and there's a couple of other things we'll go through. But some of this it works, and some of it is just still a little missing. Oh, I guess we got to do tier 2. Fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab this, what we can. I need the starter machine right here, a conveyor belt, which you honestly don't you can put this straight into the slicer, so you really don't need the extra conveyor belts, but if you want to, you can. And then we need to accept the first project, which this honestly I feel like it should be contracts instead of projects. Projects sounds more like a presentation that you're doing or something. Yeah, so we're gonna accept that. That's gonna be today. Now they did change these symbols, so you have the lightning if it's today. And what do we need? A box of lettuce. So go to supplies. We're gonna we'll just grab a box of lettuce. And we're just gonna chuck it in there. We need to grab a box. And this is going to land on the floor, which is very sanitary. But I mean, I'm not eating it. And then you put it into box, you send it on the way, and they're going to deliver it. Easy peasy. That is basically in a nutshell. But the problem is you only have 2 loading zones, so it's going to take me a little bit. We're going to get to open up the second one, but then that's it. And you only have like 4 that you can get a day. No projects available. New projects will appear tomorrow. But we are in tier 2, so we can now go in and add the rest of these boxes, which we'll go do. Right now, we need a washer, a dryer, a thin wall. This is basically the variety that you get. You have a thin wall bowl, a machine jar, and a machine pouch. We're going to only do thin wall right now. That's all we have. Labeling and box packer. And then order them. So this is box packer. Goes over here. Vegetable dryer. This is washer. The labeling. There you go. And that's basically it. I feel like we could add in so now it feels like we have too much room. Okay, then we need product catalog, supplies, packaging. I'm just gonna get a large. Can I afford it? Actually, I can afford more than that. We'll get 5 each. So what I want to do though is I want to show how crazy it is that you only really have those 2 shipping lines by really showing how much you can make. And keep in mind, like today, we're done. This is all I have I can do. Because if I come up here, there's no projects. Nothing. And I wonder if we can... Nope, you're still limited to how far you can throw things. So these need to be able to be in, honestly, larger capacity. These boxes, like these machines, when I go to set it, which we can do by hitting F, any, and you're limited to 120. That's your cap. But this will allow, once you have employees, to automate this. And then you come here and lettuce. And that's it. There was one other thing that I thought... Equipment. Oh, here we go. So you can get trash bins, have to be tier 4 to get a box. So just be able to carry more than 1 box at a time. And then these are the cold storage racks. You can buy them for. Okay. So let's go ahead and, since we can't do anything today, let's go ahead and we're going to force in the day. All right, now let's go look up at projects. We can accept this one. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to go to, when I go to supplies, I'm going to come over here, but I'm going to get, I can get 5 boxes of lettuce. This is going to take up most of my money. We're gonna take this to fast, which means we are gonna have to keep an eye on the maintenance. Because when the maintenance goes down, it's over. Did I not? Yeah, I accepted that. Project in progress. And this is honestly, this is how much lettuce I have in for the number of stuff we have. Okay, so we need, oh, I think it was just one. Yep. Supplies, let's go with can we do let's go project claim. And we're back to thin wall. And that's basically it. I'll get that in a little bit. We'll accept this one. We gotta wait till the truck for the truck to arrive. Oops, I did not mean to do that. There. So we'll put this in. And I'll be back once I have a couple more levels in place. So some thoughts that I've had while playing this game is, hands down, the shipping needs to be adjusted, because like I am only doing like 10 or 20 boxes a day right now, and my cold storage is almost filled. I have almost 2,000 in storage now. I've only done lettuce, but one line, and I'm able to package way more than I could ever hope to ship. Like, I could fire my employees and probably last for a couple of days. One line only lettuce, because if you're dealing with more than one, then you're having to deal with multiple package types, and that I felt was going to clutter up the shipping, because then you might have one that's for today, but it's not for a product that you have enough of to do, so you don't do it. So the reason I went with only one commodity was the fact that I felt like if I had two or more, then it was going to become the scheduling conflict of finding contracts for that commodity. Whereas if I went with a single commodity, I was always going to have it. Now that means I literally have only bought lettuce this entire playthrough, and as you can see, end of day 8, I've got almost 3,000. And now my storage room is full, so we're gonna go make some room. See, the whole point to this game is to be scaling up to be able to produce more and more. And honestly, what's the point in producing more if you're going to be held back by not having enough shipping? That's my main issue with this game. you only get XP when there is a delivery. So if you're not delivering, you're not advancing. So even if you have a huge, there's no incentive to really build a really big, unless you just want to, like a big setup, unless you just want to have a bunch of stuff in storage. All right, so we are at the end of day 10. As you can see, I had a couple of boxes that I couldn't get to on day 10. I was trying to do a big push to see how many I could actually process in a day, and I should have started those earlier. And it did take a while for the line to finally finish, but it did finally finish. Now you're probably asking, what am I standing on? Because I do have quite the vantage point. That is all of the boxes that that I used in this little adventure, just to try to see how many boxes could I make. And I did every single package that I could that was marked as today. There were a couple days that I had to just end early because I was out of money and I didn't have anything to do. One thing I did is I did add the conveyor belt between each one, so that way I could see exactly when we were done and not just when the boxes were finished coming out. You see, I don't have anything left. I don't have any projects or contracts because everything was 1 day or 2 days. I didn't have anything that was for that day. I did have a pretty decent amount. We'll find out what the grand total is. Now, I did have, I estimate that I have somewhere around 3,000, probably closer to 3,500. It only registers it, so like here you see where the number 2869, if I pick this up, 63, so see it went down. So all of these that are in the floor and not in the nice stacks, that one actually I didn't get to do that, but I was just trying to make as much room because they need to be in here to keep their A grade. Now, fun fact, some of these have been in here for days because there wasn't enough shipments for me to get anything out. So I do have a little bit of space here where you can see the floor, but for the most part I'm really glad we have the ability to jump, and so with that, let's go ahead and push and see. I love this stack of boxes. So let's go ahead and end the day and let's see what we did. Does it give us a... It didn't give us a thing, but we have 192. So yeah, all I was doing was basically just coming in here. I did set this so that I was the only one that could put things into the machines. So the only use I had for James was actually maintaining the maintenance schedule so that the machines didn't break down. But yeah, this is a fun game. Don't get me wrong. It still needs a little bit more development, but I mean the devs are updating it. Like I said, I had a video that was about ready to go out, and then I saw that there was an update, so I just decided that I wanted to really kind of show like how the lack of shipping options. I mean, I realize it's early game, but I don't know if there is going to be. I don't see where there is an expansion to have more shipping lanes. So that's a problem. I literally have a storage that is so full I can't use it anymore. I mean, it's full. But the mountain of boxes are cool. Now, I will say the mountain of boxes is everything except for the boxes that these machines came in. And I think like the first maybe day. And then I decided I wanted to do this. Yeah, so these are going to be stacked up because there's no more room in cold storage. The 3 of these cold storage medium racks are about the same size and hold the same amount as 2 of the large storage racks, but you don't get this until tier 12. So these I believe are new. The carry on, they're cool. It just sometimes it was a little bit more cumbersome too. It took a little getting used to, and it was a little bit more cumbersome than I wanted, and so I just carried everything one at a time. Trash bin, I don't remember if that was there. Of course, the forklift you can get at 12. Employees, I skipped Sonia because I was only using James for the maintenance, and I wasn't having to put anything in, and I only had the 1 line. This is all with 1 line. I did not do any other products. So that, and I would honestly really like something that involved mixing something, like having like a salad where maybe I have like spinach and lettuce and maybe some bell peppers and maybe like little tomatoes or something. So yeah, the pouches eventually is what I would like to get to. I honestly don't know if I have the wherewithal to do the grind to get there. I could conceivably. I think those boxes just fell. Machines, I could never get the merge and splitter to really function, but I think I needed this filter machine. to do what I wanted to do. So I don't know. And then I've got these three, which it amounts to, this game is it's a salad processor and your single ingredient salad. These are the 4 different types of packaging that you can do, and then you have, of course, the labeler and the packing machine. Supplies, you have all types. There's the labels. That we have. Packaging is those 4, and then the different commodities. So it looks like 8 commodities. I went to the large box as soon as I could. And then I could always come over here and do this, but I mean, look at this. I've got 2 days, 1 day, 2 day, 2 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, today. I have 1 project that I could actually do today. And I would get $270. And not even enough XP to make it worth it. So, yeah. It's a fun game. I'm just hoping that there'll eventually be the ability to have mixed items, to have more shipping options, whether it's more lanes, larger orders. You know, even having a third, or actually even better yet, have a docking bay. So let me walk you through what I could see doing. Okay, have here loading zone. This is like maybe a small U-Haul truck. I did notice I had that as a random glitch. It pushes it out the window or whatnot. It keeps him busy. It's fine. Okay, so here we have two loading bays. What if, now I don't know what this is, factory expansion. Okay, what if instead of this, you know, let's put this maybe on the other side, or maybe, yeah. So then you have an actual, like those lineups where you can have like several trucks come in at once, and you can buy it where you get maybe 1, there's 2 doors, and then you can add on additional doors, and then you could end up having like, say, 15 doors, 15, 20 doors right here. And it would be a matter that then you would have a storage unit like this where people could bring in and put stuff in there when we're expecting it. Maybe it has a bit of a cold box so that it'll stay nice and chilled and not degrade. So I think that there's some room. Can we jump up? No, we can't jump up there. The free trash can. Unlock factory expansion for 50,000. So that might be interesting to see. So that might be something that if I continue this, is I might try to see what is behind that door. But for right now, I think this is where we're gonna actually leave it. But this has been Food Processing Simulator. I'm curious what's behind the door, so I might do something later and just try to work my way up to that. I would probably refit this one. Today was just about the lettuce. I think I would probably do maybe a second line. I am tier 8, so I could already get bottles. So yeah, we will we'll look at that maybe at a later time. So thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day and see you next time.